Good morning, everybody. This is Lakshmia Marie. I am a business consultant and a marketing strategist. And today we're going to talk about 5 ways to stop attracting whack ass, cheap ass, exhausting clients. All right. So this came from pretty much my years of experience being a woman and also owning a business. And I'm always seeing the same old song and dance with women in particular. They want to earn more money, they want to kind of become a entrepreneur, all this other stuff. And then when they get their first client, the excitement, it's there, and then all of a sudden it's not. It's like, wait a minute, something's happening. There's a disconnect. And I'm going to tell you why the excitement dies really soon. So basically, with this, a lot of times, especially with women, we undercharge and oversell. So that means we sell a whole bunch of dreams and all this other stuff. And people are like, yeah, I'm hype. And then we recoil when it's time to talk about pricing. Or we lowball because we want that client. So usually when that happens, and this comes from previous experience, is you get the client and you're like, wow, I offered them all this stuff for like $500 a month. And in actuality, you quoted them $5,000 worth of monthly work for 500. And so it may seem like it's a steal from them, but it's taxing on you. And then, you're trying to fulfill what you promised. And then there's a ton of roadblocks that come in the way and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, you're stressed, you're broke, and you're attracting similar people in the same vein of the ones that you were trying to get rid of in the first place. So we're going to talk about the 5 ways of getting rid of that. So, number one, get your notes out if you are someone that likes to write. Number one, ask the right questions. Okay. What that means is ask them the real questions. Like, don't ask fluffy questions like, what is your love language? That doesn't matter here. Like this, not in this conversation. We don't care about that. Ask them what pushed you to want to have a conversation with me today? What pushed you to want to work with someone in my skill set today? That right there will tell you a good portion of what you need to know. Also with that, you know, have you ever worked with a freelancer? Have you ever worked with a company? Have you ever worked with XYZ, whatever you do? If they have, great. If they haven't, this is the time to educate them and make sure they both of you have realistic expectations of what you want to get done. Also, with that, talk about money. Don't be afraid of talking about money. People always dance around the topic, especially women. Don't be afraid of talking about money. Like, that you have to be paid for what you're doing. Therefore, don't make it seem like it is like a deadly conversation because you don't want to talk about money. Like that's not it. So start talking about the money. Make sure you ask the right questions. Make sure they're specific enough for you to get the information you need. And you can also educate the prospect at the same time. Next, have an ideal client in mind. A lot of people do this first, but I strongly suggest you do it second because as you start to get leads and stuff, you'll start to realize who you like working with and who you don't. And so if you have an ideal client, like in certain niches, work with them, like get those type of clients first, and then start to build and expand. If you try to serve everyone, you will serve nobody. It's just simple math. You try to serve everyone, you will serve no one, period. And so if you're just like, well, I want someone to pay me money, okay, you're going to get exactly what you're asking for. You're going to get somebody that's going to pay you $200 a month for $2,000 worth of services. You're going to be stressed, you're going to be angry, you're going to be hurt, and you're going to be broke. So be specific in what you're asking. Know who you are talking to, understand the averages of that industry, understand the industry as a whole, and go from there. So I'm going to take a little break from this to tell you why this even came up. I saw this morning that this girl was like, yeah, a client hired me. We're going to start working together in September. But prior to that, she wants me to do some lunches and some calls and all this other stuff. And when she mentioned that, she also said something about free. And I'm sitting here like, a what? Free? Free for what? What are you talking about? So she said the client told her for every hour that she bills, she should expect to give away 2 hours of free work. And I was like, who the hell is telling you this? Because I have never heard of this whack ass scenario. That's not how any of this works. So basically, the client, and I use that term loosely, is trying to milk this girl for all that she's worth. And then when September rolls around, pretty much be like, oh, yeah, I can't hire you. I've seen it time and time again. I see people get disappointed. I've seen them get hurt. And the way of stopping that is being extremely clear in your expectations and be like, look, when we do this, I bill and I pre-bill. So that means that we are doing this up front, which means you won't even see my calendar until you paid your fee. And just being direct like that will help resolve a good portion of these problems. Because if you let people run you, they'll do it. That's not even just in business, that's in life, period. They'll do it. They'll run you ragged with no regards to who you are as a person because they've gotten what they wanted. In order to have realistic expectations for your clients, you need to tell them, hey, this is what we do. Have it spelled out in actual factual writing. Verbal agreements are useless. It needs to be in writing. Make sure someone is signing, preferably both. Both of y'all signing it. Both of y'all get copies. Everyone understands what we're doing, and we go from there. I don't even do consultations for free anymore because when I was offering them, people wouldn't show up, and then they would just be wasting my time. I charge for consultations now. And it's upfront. They know it. It's spelled out in everything that I have. And I don't even get a booking notification until it's paid. That right there has actually curbed a lot of tire kickers, time wasters, and people that don't see the value in what I do. Try it. If you're in the service-based business, try it. It's a game changer for real. And so that goes into number 3, calculate your rates. And what I mean by that is figure out if you have to pay taxes, because not every country has taxes or whatever. Make sure you know what your living is, what your actual sweat equity is, if you have to outsource. Put all that stuff into calculating your rates so you know what's too low and, or what's actually market rate for you. Everybody's at different skill sets, but if it seems like you have to put a question mark when you say it out loud, it ain't the right rate. So if you're like, $18 an hour, that's not the same thing as I charge $18 an hour. The confidence is not the same. So if you're questioning it, clearly you need to rethink and then re-strategize and figure out what is really what you need to do and how to work at that rate. I don't really do hourly rates unless I'm doing consulting for smaller businesses. And even then, they buy it in bundles. They buy it in bundles of like 5. So just figure out what works for your business, but you'll stop attracting the whack-ass, cheap-ass clients from that alone. The next thing is signed agreements. You have to have something signed, even if it's just a booking or whatever. Something signed will definitely help you. So you know what the expectations are, if there's extra fees for extra things, all that stuff. Being clear is extremely important. Extremely important. You spelling out what you're doing, what you're not doing, and so everyone is aware before walking into a situation. If they still are trying to play the games with you by going around your system, trying to email you all these questions, cheap ass, whack ass, let them go. And so the last note is stop selling deliverables. I know that's going to shake the table for a lot of you. What that means is instead of saying, I can give you 100 blog posts for this price, or I can give you all this stuff for this price, tell them the outcome. Sell them the outcome because people don't actually care about the other stuff. The outcome is what matters. If they're hiring you to help generate leads, just tell them, I can increase your revenue by 20% by generating these type of leads for you. So it still puts the responsibility on them to do their portion, but it also makes it clear about what you do. So you having 100 blog posts don't mean shit if it doesn't do anything for them. Does that make sense? It should, because the selling the deliverables is when you start attracting those low-end clients because they're like, oh, I can get things in bulk like I'm at Sam's Club. That's not what you want. You want people that want your expertise and your results and the outcome that you provide for them, not the other stuff. The other stuff is completely and totally irrelevant. Completely and totally irrelevant. So if you have been stuck at that, this is the time to pivot that ASAP. Like these are all things you can implement today, literally today. And so with that also being said, I'm also opening up the 6-week money-making accelerator, which will allow you to work with me in a small group setting to get your digital products in order, to get one-on-one, get some coaching from me, a little bit of one-on-one, a little bit of group, and a whole bunch of other beautiful things that we will actually be doing together. We start next week, and I can't wait to have you. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to drop a link in the comments so you can apply, and we can go from there. Have a fantastic day, guys. Bye.